Good afternoon. Thank you for having us and give the opportunity to present at this esteemed conference. It's an honor to be here today and discuss an important and timely topic, driving digital payment adoption, addressing key barriers for SMEs, with paper ID number 50. In today's digital age, Kris is a growing cashless payment solution for SMEs. However, many SMEs in Bandung struggle with adoption due to overlooked challenges and resistance. Identifying these obstacles is crucial for expanding Kris use and improving digital readiness. Despite Kris advantages, many SMEs in Bandung are hesitant to adopt it. In 2023, only 35.36% of Indonesian SMEs use digital technology, showing low competitiveness. This study used innovation-resistant theory to analyze the barrier SMEs face and offer solutions to boost Kris adoption. Cashless payments refer to transactions completed without using physical money, relying on technology like debit cards, credit cards, mobile banking, and e-money. Technology adoption theories like diffusion of innovation, technology acceptance model, and IRT explore innovation attributes, ease of use, usefulness, and barriers such as habits, risk, and resistance to change. IRT outlines user resistance to technology with two dimensions: psychological barriers, which contains image barriers and tradition barriers, and functional barriers, which contain value barriers, risk barriers, and usage barrier. These are the hypotheses of our study. The first hypothesis is image barriers affect the willingness of SMEs to use Kris payment. The second hypothesis is tradition barriers affect the willingness of SMEs to use Kris payment. The third is value barriers affect the willingness of SMEs to use Kris payment. The fourth is usage barriers affect the willingness of SMEs to use Kris payment. And the fifth hypothesis is risk barriers affect the willingness of SMEs to use Kris payment. This research used quantitative methods, and the data was gathered via online surveys using a Likert scale. For the survey, we used purposive sampling method. And the criteria of sample that used in this study are SMEs that operate in Bandung City and have annual sales up to 50 billion rupiah. According to Department of Small and Medium Enterprise Cooperative West Java, in 2023, Bandung City had 38 and 614 SMEs. So, with a confidence level of 90% and a margin of error of 10%, the minimum sample needed is 100 respondents, and we collected 120 valid respondents. Then we process and analyze the collected data with a statistical tool, SmartBLS. Here are the questions used in the survey, and every variable measured with 4 to 5 indicators that we get from the previous studies.
The questionnaire were distributed directly to SME in Bandung. The collected result of the survey reached 120 respondents of SME. From that response, the business profile for this study are shown as in the table, where 68% of the respondents are running in food and beverage industry, 68% of the respondents are business that had been operating for less than 5 years, 58% of the respondents have annual sales revenue less than 100 million rupiah, and lastly, based on the business size, 89% of the business categorized as micro enterprise. To test the validity and reliability of the data, we measure the score of Cronbach alpha, Rho alpha, composite reliability, and average variance extracted. As we can see in the table, that the score of CA, Rho alpha, and CR of all variables are above 0.7, and the value of AVE are above 0.5. This implies that the data in the study is valid and reliable. We also do discriminant validity tests to determine whether the constructs in the study are truly distinct from each other. The method used for this test is heterotrait-monotrate ratio. From the calculation result shown in the table, all the values are below 0.9, which means the construct of the study are distinct from each other. Next, we also check the R-square value to assess the accuracy and significance level of this research model. The R-square value for this research study is 0.836, indicating that the model explained 83.6% of the variance in the data, demonstrating a high level of accuracy. The significant level in the study is 90%, with the margin of error is 10%, which means the p-value of the variable must be less than 0.1 to show a significant result. In the study, the p-value that meets the requirements show that there are no barriers in that area because the statements used in the survey are positive regarding the use of QRS. As we can see on the table, p-value of image, risk, and value barriers are below 0.1, and the p-value for tradition and usage barriers are above 0.1. Since the p-value of image, risk, and value barriers are below 0.1, then hypothesis 1, 3, and 5 are accepted. This implies that these variables are not a barrier in QRIS adoption among SMEs in Bandung. These findings are in line with previous study regarding the impact of QRIS. By using QRIS, it can improve their business image and reputation. It also helped them to compete better in the market, increasing customer satisfaction. SME actors also believe in the safety of QRIS and feel the value, such as the efficiency in financial recording and transaction. However, for the p-value of tradition and usage barriers, they are above 0.1. Therefore, hypothesis 2 and 4 are rejected. These variables are barriers in QRIS adoption among SMEs in Bandung. However, this variable may be barriers for those who have not used QRIS in their business yet. While doing the survey, we discovered that traditional and usage barriers to QRIS adoption are caused by SMEs actors' lack of digital literacy, not their unwillingness to utilize it. From this study, it suggests that SMEs' lack of digital literacy and understanding of QRIS give significant challenges to adoption. There should be more efforts on providing education and training to SMEs owners, especially those who are unfamiliar with technology. To conclude, image barrier, risk barriers, and value barriers are not barriers that hinder SMEs in Bandung to adopt QRIS in their business. Rather, SME actors know and feel the benefit of using QRIS in their business, such as increasing business image and easing financial bookkeeping. They also believe in the safety and reliability of the system. However, for traditional barriers and usage barriers do hinder QRIS adoption. This may be due to lack of digital literacy, limited access to technology, and technical difficulty. Lastly, to address the issue, we recommend promote QRIS through workshop and training held by government or financial institution, and partner with banks to offer QRIS setup and financial literacy training for SMEs. Okay, that concludes our presentation. Thank you all for your time and attention. We hope it was insightful, and we are happy to take any question for a further discussion. Once again, thank you.